I was thinking, you know, you probably spend most of the week on your feet, but you'll be exercising different muscles today, so that's fine, that'll be fun. Yeah, I wish you well, and yeah, enjoy it.
Thank you.
Then they just know today about IFN as well.
Okay, so what the organisation I'm with is Transient Workers Count 2, and since 2003 I've been working on, and the organisation has been working on getting a weekly day off for domestic workers. And that's one of the things we're looking at still, because I know that the law says that you have a right to a weekly day off, but many workers don't. I think maybe 3 to 4 out of every 10 domestic workers still don't get any days off.
Yes, yes.
So we think that the law should say that all workers have to take at least 2 of the days off each month that they have by right. And that means that even if your employer says, no, I don't want to, and you have to agree to give up your days off, they can't do it because it will be the law that you have to take that day off. So you've got a defence in the law. So that's one thing we're working on at the moment. So we work for the rights of all migrant workers, men and women. And so we have a lot of issues that we work on. Another one is how much you have to pay to get a job in the first place. Why is it that when you come to work in another country, you can spend months, maybe up to 9 months, paying for your job? It seems very unfair. If you were working for a bank and you came over, they'd probably help you. They'd probably help you to get a place to live. They would introduce you to people. They'd make sure you knew how to save money. But when you're a low-paid worker, they make you pay to get a job. Isn't it ridiculous? So these are the kind of things that we're working on. And we've had a good cooperation with IFN since it started. We've welcomed that. IFN, it was an equal cooperation. We found that the IFN women were very determined women. They knew what they wanted to do. They were very well organised. We could help with resources. We could exchange views. But the IFN just got on with its own stuff, and it was fine, and that was great. And so we've cooperated in the past with helping with space when the organisation was getting started. So there were premises that we had, and we also helped sometimes with materials for classes. But otherwise, IFN took care of it itself. And another thing that we found, when we started off, we had a helpline, and a lot of women would call in because they were lonely, because they were new, they didn't know how to cope with Singapore conditions. And they would call up our workers and they would speak to them. And IFN can take calls like this. IFN can deal with women who want basic advice. And so those calls don't come to us anymore because there are other people who can deal with it far better because they're domestic workers themselves. So IFN does that. But when there's a case that maybe requires a lawyer, or maybe some specialist help, then we can cooperate on that and we can find help for a worker. So that's the kind of thing that we do. So for example, if you know of a household where a worker is isolated and is maybe being mistreated, then you can that worker can contact us if she can get to her phone, and if not, you could call up on her behalf and we'll find a way of contacting her and speaking to her to find out how she can be helped. And any other issue, pay issues, you know, if workers are not being paid when they should be paid, we'll take that up. So those are the kind of things we work on. And thanks very much for inviting me along today.
Thank you.